Hello, and welcome to another Ask Us Anything Live with me, Kate R, for Intrepid English. So, I am the senior teacher with Intrepid English, and every Friday I go live and I talk about a grammar, pronunciation, or vocabulary point. Now, at the moment, we are refreshing all our courses on our website, and last month we refreshed the Business English Basics course. So, I talked about some absolutely incredible business phrases last week. Please check it out because if you use the mundane, the boring, the cliche phrases, it's not that great. But if you use the phrases, the alternatives that I gave you, people will be so impressed with your English. And this month, our focus is on presentations because that is really key. Everyone still gives presentations. We give presentations online, we give presentations in person. And I want to give you 10 phrases today that will make your presentations in English pop. Like they will be amazing. So, phrase number one. This is a great way to start a story or introduce your topic. It is such an engaging and personal phrase. Let me take you on a quick journey. That's amazing. If you start your presentation with that and take them on a little journey, it engages your audience. Number two would be here's something you might not expect. Now, this is a great one, or you could say that. So, here's something you might not expect, or this might surprise you. This is really good in a presentation because you want to build curiosity, you want to grab their attention before revealing a surprising fact. So, these are really powerful hooks, we call them in English, to grab the attention of your audience. Then we can also say a great phrase, which is the big idea here is, and you give your main point. This helps to clearly highlight that this is the main point without sounding boring, which is the worst thing you can do in a presentation. Phrase number 4 would be think about this for a second. So, this is a great way to have a little pause and reflect in the middle of your presentation. So, that involves the students, the audience, and create suspense. So, give them a little bit of information, a little nugget of information to get them thinking, to pause and think about that. So it could be a really interesting fact that you get. So think about this for a second. For example, there are more non-native speakers of English than native speakers of English. And then you let them think about that for a while and go, oh, interesting. And it just is a really good way to create suspense and involve your audience. Phrase number 5 would be, why does this matter? Asking questions is really important in presentations. You don't want to just talk at someone. So this engages your audience to connect ideas to real life or to personal meaning, which is so important if you want to engage in your presentation. I then would give number 6, which actually is 2 phrases, but these 2 phrases are a really good way to focus on a detail or like an important detail or a really interesting fact. And you really want to make sure you have drawn their attention to that fact. So you can say, let's zoom in on this part, or let's break it down here. I really, you really want to get into the details of this point. Phrase number 7 would be, and here's the best bit, or you could say, here's the coolest part. So this adds excitement and energy when you're explaining something that maybe the students or your audience will find interesting. Sorry, I'm used to talking about students, not an audience. And then phrase number 8 would be, I always finish my presentations this way. If you remember one thing from today, make it. If you remember one thing from today, make it this. So if you remember one thing from my talk today, remember this phrase. If you remember one thing from today, give your point. That's a really a strong way to end and to emphasize the key point, the key takeaway. Phrase number 9 is very similar to the first one I gave you when I said, let me take you on a quick journey. Well, there's another way you can say that. You can say, now picture this in your mind. Let me paint you a picture. And then you encourage them to use their imagination and create a visual connection about what you're talking about. Now, that is so important, creating that visual connection. So picture this in your mind, or let me paint you a picture. Very powerful phrases. The last phrase I want to give you is, let me put it in simple terms. Let me put it simply. This is really useful when you want to explore tricky ideas, but you want to make it relatable. And I know I said 10 phrases, but now I'm thinking of one more, which is, let's take this one step further. Great phrase when you want to build momentum for the next part. So if you want to learn more about presentations and you want to take it one step further, I thoroughly encourage you to go onto our website. All the links are below. And go on, see our blogs, our podcasts, everything that we are doing this month, focusing on presentations so that you can learn the maximum. And of course, if you want to actually become one of our students, you will get even more information and more material at your fingertips. But there is obviously a lot of free resources at the same time. So because we are making this available for you this month. So please go check out our website to learn more about how you can make your presentations pop in English. Until next week.